So yeah, hi team. I hope you have already joined that last session. If not, no need to worry. That okay. The last session was kind of introduction, and today also right, we'll cover the new topic or like the continuation of that one. But before to that one, right, we'll see that okay what OIC is. So let me just share my screen. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So this is that OIC environment which will be right. So what happened? I will just go here and just show you that one. Let me go to this. Yeah. So last session, right, what happens? We have seen that introduction of OIC that okay, what OIC will be there. So OIC is there for the data communication between multiple systems, right? So and then we have seen that okay, what is the fusion, right? And where we can go and use that one, right? So when we have to go and interact multiple systems, right? So in today's time, right, not a single system, right, can go and achieve everything. So if you take the simple example, right, that okay, suppose if your company wants to pay you the salary, right? So yes, company is paying the salary, right? But is the amount credited by in your your company in your account? No, right? It is a bank. So what happened, right? In that case, right, the communication will happen between the bank and your company. So what happened, right? Maybe on the last working day or like 2 days prior, right? Your company will go and initiate some message that okay, these are the employees, these are our 10 employees, this is a corresponding salary, and they will go and share that information with the bank. Then what happened? Bank will go and process that all those amounts will be transferred to the individual employees. And then once all is done, right, bank will go and notify back to the our company that okay, the salary got credited. Then your company will go and generate the payslip with all that information that okay, this is a salary got credited. Correct? Now in this system, right, what happened? Two systems got involved to achieve one task, right? So same way, right? In today's time, right, when something wants to happen, right? So multiple systems at some point of time they want to communicate. So when they will be communicating, right? What happen? When the data is there into your system and when the data is into the target system, right? It is there. But when it want to communicate it between, right? How it will happen? So earlier what we used to do, right? We used to write some Java code, some Python code and all, right? But in that case, what happened? It is our responsibility to make our data secure, to write the logic and all. Then what happened? Oracle came as and they have bring this OIC as a middleware so that okay, data communication between two or any number of systems, right, can happen without writing the code from the scratch. So OIC is a low code framework, right? So without writing the code from the scratch, things can be completed or you can go and achieve the logic. So what happened, right? Whatever the time earlier we used to spend into the development, right? Now that time will be drastically reduced because we are not writing the code from the scratch. Things are there, components are there. We just have to drag and drop those components and we can go and achieve the solution, right? Now it's not that okay, two system. For example, we take this example of salary only, right? For example, your company will say that, okay, for employee A, 10,000 is the salary. Now, some information, right, we need to go and share with the income tax department. Some information we need to go and share with the like insurance department. Then the remaining, right, needs to go to the bank. So what happened in this scenario, right? Multiple systems, right? Around 3 or 4 systems will be involved. So all those things can be happen easily with the help of OIC without writing the code from the scratch, right? So OIC will be there for the data communication between multiple systems and it can be treated as a middleware, right? Middleware. So as we are not writing the code from the scratch, right? So what happened? The security and everything will be provided by the Oracle. We just have to focus on the business logic that, okay, what we want to spend, right? So what happened? It is a low code development platform. So it means earlier, whatever the things we used to do through custom code and all right, Java and all right, now all those things can happen without writing the code. Oracle will do that for us behind the scene. What we have to do, right? We just will go and use the low code development platform, right? Now we don't need to go and download any software, right? It is browser-based solution, browser-based cloud solution. So what it means, right? It means now, suppose if I will say that earlier traditional coding, right? What we have to do? We have to go and download some Java libraries. We need to go and download some editors, right? And then we'll go and do the development in local first. Then once it is working in the local, then we'll go and deploy to the server, correct? So those things will be involved. Now here it is a cloud solution. So from the day one, all your code will be on the server itself. There is no local development, right? And we don't have to download any software into our own system. All the things, right, can be happening from the server itself. So what we need, right? We just need browser we need internet and we need OIC instance. If it is there, right, then from any system, right, you can go and do the development. Earlier, what used to happen, right? Suppose I am a developer, right? I used to write my code and everything on my local system. And when then something goes wrong, right? What happened? Right? For example, I developed the code till yesterday, and today my laptop got crashed. So all our code, right, will be lost. But now it is not happening because all the codes will be on the server itself, right? So suppose if my laptop got crashed today, I can go and get the new laptop and I can start the development from where I ended up yesterday, right? Because everything is there in the server, right? So what happened now? Those deployment time, right? So earlier what happened, right? When you go and build any solution, for example, some solution you are taking 10 days. So out of 10 days, right, 7 days you will be doing the development and 3 days we used to spend for the deployment to the server. Now here, the solution is already on the cloud, right? So what happened? Those 3 days are automatically saved. We don't have to do any deployment. Now we just have to focus on the development. So what happened? From 10, it came to the 7. And in the 7 development also, right, what happened? We are not doing from the scratch. So what happened? That 7 days also can be reduced to 3 to 4 days. So what happened? Earlier, the time we spent to use, right, 10 days. Now that got reduced to 3 to 4 days, right? So what happened? Time is also saved. When time is saved, right, what happened? Costing will also be saved, correct? So customers or the companies are going for the OIC as a solution because they are able to save the time also. They are able to deliver the solution faster and which ultimately making them to save the cost also, right? So these are the reasons, right, why companies are going for the OIC and OIC developers. So at this point of time, OIC is great in demand because companies are moving from legacy to cloud, right? So when they are moving from legacy to cloud, right? So all their legacy data needs to be converted or wanted to shift it to the cloud. So how that is happening? That is happening with the help of OIC, right? So that is what it will be. Now, where this OIC will be available, right? So what happened, right? We will be having the Oracle Cloud account, right? Oracle Cloud infrastructure will be there. So what is this Oracle Cloud infrastructure, right? Which we can go and call as a OCI also. Like how we have from Amazon, right? AWS. From Microsoft, it is Azure Cloud, right? And from Google, it is Google Cloud Platform, right? GCP. Same way from Oracle, we have Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, right? So what happened? Oracle Cloud Infrastructure will be there. In that one, there will be multiple services. So OIC is one service. Then VBCS is one service. You can go and call PCS, right? Or OP is one service. You can say database is one service. Nowadays, right, we are getting this AI and all, right? So we can say AI or ML is like one service, right? So like that one, there will be a number of services will be there because it is a complete cloud, right? It can be used for any purpose, right? So that is the infrastructure what we have. In that infrastructure, right, what we will be using is like OIC. So OIC is will be using for the data communication. So companies used to go for these three sometimes together also. So OIC will be used for the data communication, right? As we told, right, OIC is there for the data communication so that okay, multiple devices, right, can go and communicate with each other, right? So that is what it will be. VBCS, right, will be used for the UI development, correct? So what happened, right? This is also all three are kind of a cloud solution, right? So what happened, we can go and develop the UI and all with the help of low code platform, right? Again, we don't have to write the code from the scratch, right? There also we have the drag and drop components and we can go and build our UI. Same thing, we have the PCS, right? OPA, workflow approval application, correct? So what is this workflow approval? It means like suppose if you want to go and create leave approval, right? So I will go and apply for the leave, right? Then the request will go to the manager. Manager can go and approve, reject. If manager approve, then it will go to the HR manager. Then HR manager can go and approve and reject, right? That is what. So when we need that human intervention, right? In some way, right? For that approval and all, right? So if those kind of application we need to go and build, right? So that will be happening into the PCs or OPA. So this is what we have, right? So what happen? Your whoever will be the cloud admin will be there. They will go and create that Oracle Cloud account. In that one, right, they will go and set up that OIC environment and they will be setting our user. Once it is set up done, right, then what happen? This is how the environment will be there. So they will go and share the OIC instance and username and password, and you can go and log in. So once you log into the application, right, so this is that application we will able to land up here. Now in this one, right, what happen, right? This is the home page. So whenever we go and log in, right, we will go and land up into this home page. So for the development of the OIC, right, these two topics will be used: project and design. Earlier in the generation 2, we used to have only this option, design. There was no concept of the project. But in the generation 3, like we have the project also. In both the places, right, the development is going to be same only. Whatever development you will do into design, right, same development we can go and do in the project also. Only what happen, right, is like access kind of a thing, right, will be put here. So the whatever the logic will go and build here, right? So those we used to call as a generic integration. It means anyone can go and access that one. But inside that one, right, what happen? We can go and create a project, and inside that one we will go and create. So this you can consider that example, right? That for example, when you go and download some file, right, it will come into a download folder, right? So that download you can consider as a generic folder. All the files and everything will be available there. But then you want to go and create some another folder, right? And maybe that you can go and create as a password protected and all. So whatever the files you want to have a kind of a confidential file, right? You will go and put into that folder, right? So then what happen? No one can go and access directly that folder, right? The permission, right, or access will be requiring. But the download folder, right, which is a generic, right? It will be available for everyone. Same kind of a concept is here also. So whatever the integrations you will go and develop here, right? Anyone can go and access that will be available for everyone. But if you want to put some restrictions, right, then what happen? We can go and create a project. Inside the project, right, we will go and create a code. And then in the project level, right, we can go and provide that access. So earlier what happened, it used to be happen. So for example, in the real project and what we do, right? So it's not that, okay, only one team will be working on it. There will be multiple teams will be working. For example, finance team is working, supply chain management team is working, human capital management team is working, all right? So what happened? Multiple teams will be working on different solutions and all. So in that case, what will happen when multiple teams are interacting with each other, right? So what happen? Everyone is not going to use a separate environment, right? Everyone will be using the same OIC environment because it is a platform, right? Now, when everyone is using the common platform, right? So for example, I am the part of the, I can say that, okay. Right? So we can say common OIC environment will be there. In that one, right, what happen? Multiple teams will be working, right? For example, HCM team, we can say. Then we can say finance team will be there, right? We can say supply chain management, right? In all what happen, right? For example, in this one, right, I have 5 developers, right, who will be working, right? Then what happen? In the finance, we can say there will be 3 developers who will be working. And in the supply chain management, right, what happen, right? We can say again, maybe it is a 4 developers, right? So what happen? Everyone will be using the same OIC environment. Now these 5 developers, right, go and some develop some code. So what happen if they will be using this design, right? What happen? These 3 developers also, right, will able to access this code. Whatever the code developed by these 5 developers, right? So this code will be accessible by this also and by them also. So what happen? Anyone can go and access each other's code. So what happen? There is no issue in the code access and all that because it is the same company. Issues will come when suppose I open somebody else code and by mistake I modified something, right? Unintentionally. So what happened? Right? The working solution can be break, right? And then, right, what happened? It is kind of a rework or we have to go and fix that solution and all, right? So to avoid that kind of a thing, right? Or to provide that access, right? That, okay, who can go and modify the code? Here, if suppose your account got created into the OIC, right? So you can go and modify any one code. You can go and write new logic. Like it means everything you can go and do, right? There was no differentiating that, okay, or control of that one that, okay, you can go and do what rules, what duties you can go and perform. Now what happened? Right? The concept came as a project. So instead of creating directly in the OIC layer, what happened? Now we will go and create HCM, finance, right? And supply chain management as the projects. And in this project, right, we can go and see that, okay, out of these 5 developers, right, maybe we can say 3 will be the developers and 2 will be the tester, correct? So what happened? To the developers, you can go and give the edit access, but to the tester side, you don't want to give the edit access, right? So that, okay, they can just go and see the code and they cannot go and modify any logic, right? So that kind of a thing we can do. So first of all, right, in this project, right, we can go and see that, okay, who will be the part of the project. So these developers that will not able to access this project itself if you have not added them, right? Then within these 5 developers also, right, we can go and further distribute, right? Further bifurcate that, okay, access and all. That, okay, these will be the developers and this will be the tester. So all those things are possible in the project, which was not possible into the generation 2. So that was the main reason of upgrading of the OIC environment from generation 2 to generation 3. Correct? So if I will go and show you this one, right? For example, we can come here inside the project. So for example, this is a project, right? So what happen if I am the part of this project, then only I will able to access. If I'm not part of this project, right, then what happen? We'll not able to access. So we can come inside this one. So see, I am part of this project. Now how we can go and control the access, right? So what happen? We can come here and assign. So from here, right, what happen? We can say who will be the owner of the project, right? Then if you see can edit, right? Who can go and edit the code? Who can go and just view the code? And who can just go and just monitor the logic, right? It means now the person who will be monitored, they will not able to see the code. They just will able to see the logs that okay, how the flow is happening. But this person, right, can go and see the code in the read-only mode, but they cannot go and make any code changes. And these will be the actual developers who will be developing the code and all. And owner will be the super user who will be managing these access and all. So if I am the owner, right, I can go and assign other users. But for example, if I'm a developer, right, I cannot go and add other team members because I am a developer only. I am not the owner of this one. So only owner can go and add. And we can go and add multiple owners here. If you want to go and put multiple owners, right, we can go and add multiple owners, multiple developers and all. Then whoever will be part of this one, right, only they can go and access this project. They can go and see that, okay, what is the code available. If suppose these things would have been developed in the design, right? So what happened? This is would have been available outside. So if you see, right, integration, integration, connection, connection, lookup, right? So building block, development, everything is same. Only that access part is the one which is kind of a restricted between the design and project, right? So these two things will be there for the development of the our OIC. So whatever the OIC or logic we need to go and implement, either we will be developing in the design. If suppose we have to go and write some generic logic, right? So we can go and write into the design. If you want to go and go with that project concept, right? So we can go and develop the project and we'll be developing the codes inside the project, right? So these are the two processes. Then, as I was mentioning, right? So let us come here and see some code. Maybe I can go and check some this code, right? So if you said this is how the flow will be there of the logic, correct? So as I told, right, we will not be writing any code. All the thing, right, is kind of a flow chart. So this will go and make your logic, right? And to make this one, right, what happen? We will be having actions here. So by using those actions, right, we'll just drag and drop and we will able to achieve our. So it means, as I told, right, OIC is a low code platform, right? So we will not be writing any logic, anything. All the thing that will be kind of a drag and drop. Let me go and show you something which is in the draft. Go to the integration. So if you see, this is in the configure, right? So for example, in this one, right, let us go in this one. So this is a logic, right? So to implement the logic, right, what happen? This will be placed, right? Actions. So all the things will be available here to build any solution. Correct? So for example, you want to go and use for each statement, right? Or if else condition. What we do, right? We can just drag and drop and we can go and place here. Then what happen? The for each statement will be adding here. I can go and write the logic. So it means we will be not writing code. All the things that we can go and achieve by using the drag and drop functionalities, right? So that is what it will be happening. We can discard, come out. So we'll be seeing all these things in the development, and whole training is going to be the hands-on. Initially, 2-3 hours are kind of a theoretical where we will go and see this environment that okay, what are that options are available and all. After that one, the whole training is going to be hands-on. So we'll be seeing some practical scenario that okay, what type of scenarios can come into the project. So that okay, at the end of this training, right, you will able to start working for the projects and you will be getting whatever the scenarios we covered here, right? So similar kind of a scenarios only you will be getting in the project. So that is what we have. Now, whatever the code we do, right? So these two options will be there for the development. But when our logic will be working, right? What happen? We need to go and monitor also, right? How my flow is happening, right? Is it erroring out, right? What are the logs, right? If suppose my code got errored out, right? We need to debug that one, right? So that we will go and do into this observability, right? So you can come here and we can go and see that our integrations. So maybe last one, right? There's no integration ran. So we can go and increase the window. Maybe I can say last 32, right? And we can say apply. So if you see right here, for example, this one, right? So this integration was triggered 65 times, right? Out of 65 times, 64 times it is working fine. one time it got errored out. Now we need to debug, right, why it is erroring out, because we need to fix that solution, right? So we can come here, click into one, and here we can go and see that, okay, why the code was erroring out here. And we can go and see the log here. So if you see, this data is no longer. So what happened? We have the purging thing, right? So that for this one, right, already the data got purged. So maybe the issue would have been fixed. Otherwise, what happened? We can click into this one, and here we can go and see all the log and everything. Correct? So that is what it is possible here. So it means there is no separate thing we have to do for the debugging and all, right? The inbuilt system, it is already there. So that, okay, each everything, right, log and everything, right, will be available. Let me go and see into this one if we have. Yeah. So if you see it, this is there, right? So this integration got errored out. We can come here and see. If you see it, here it will go and show why your code is erroring out. We can go and see that exact step. So it is happening at here, right? Error. You can go to the details and here see what is happening, right? So what happened? The REST API which we are calling, right? So that is making that issue, right? 400, right? It means unauthorized, right? So whatever the information we are passing, that is not correct. So due to that reason, it is coming. So error coded, all the things that we can go and see here. You can go and see from which connection it will be coming. And if you want to see that this error, right, in that flow, right, where at which point it is coming. So you can go, okay, let us click into this one. So if you see it, we can go and see the flow here. So this is the flow, right? So what happened at this step, it got errored out. So now what happened? I can go and see in the code and I can just go and fix this only, right? So that is like available as an inbuilt solution only. We don't have to do anything additional to debug our code and all, right, to make the debugging and all, right? So that is possible in this one, correct? So that is what we have here, inbuilt monitoring. So this observability, right, is there for the monitoring of our integration. These two things, right, are kind of a for the development. This setting option, right, will be available if you are a admin. If you're a admin, right, then what happen? This will be available. If you're a developer of this environment, right, you will not able to see this setting option. And in this OIC environment, right, VBC is kind of an integrated solution. So what happen? We will able to see Visual Builder. If suppose, so this is what, right, as I was mentioning right here, we have multiple services. So if suppose VBCs is available as integrated, right, we'll able to see this Visual Builder. If suppose PCs is also integrated, right, then what happen? We'll able to see one more option here, process. If those are not there, right, we'll not able to see. So if you see here, process is not the integrated solution. So we are not able to see process. But here Visual Builder is integrated. So we can go and see this Visual Builder as the environment here. So these are the main navigation. Now, if you see it here, two things are there, right? B2B and healthcare, right? So B2B is there for the business to business document. So when the trading documents and everything will be shared, right? So those time, right, what happen? There will be some protocols and all, right? Some trading document, right? Structure and all. So that kind of a thing, right? B2B will be used. So that is like how OIC is there, right? Same way B2B is separate services there. And then same thing, right? This healthcare, right? So if suppose the data needs to be communicated with the healthcare devices, right? So that time this will be used healthcare. So this is also another component which came into the generation 3. But for OIC, these two things will be the one which will be used for the development. This will be the for the monitoring, right? So that is what we have the OIC environment. Now what we have, right? If you go to the home page, right? So whenever we go and start developing any logic, right, or anything, right, we used to get the first feeling that, okay, if I can go and get some sample code, right, what happen? I can go and look into that one, right? That will help me, right, to design my solution. So if it is a code, right, we can go and Google it and we can get, right? But OIC is a low code framework. We cannot go and get any code and copy paste from there, right? So how we can go and get help and all, right? So in the home page, right, you will able to see this one, browse solution, right? So what this browse solution is, right? It is the integration store. So here you can go and get the pre-developed integrations, right? So what happened? This is the integration store. So it means here there are some logic which is already implemented by the product development team, and which if you want to go and use, right, as it is, right, you can go and use, right? So it means the code is already there, which is created by the product development, and we can go and start using that one, right? So what happened? Whenever you can see, so it is kind of a recommended approach before starting of any logic, any development, right? Come and see this integration store. If you are lucky enough, right, there's a possibility your whole logic, right, is already available as implemented, right? So what happened? You can go and get that solution as it is, right? no need to go and do the development, because this code would have been available by or created by the product development team. And this list keeps increasing, right? So this list keeps increasing by the product development team. So what happened? Product development team will go and identify that, okay, if they see that, okay, there is some requirement which is very common, right? And most of the customers are using. So what happened? They will go and develop something and they will go and give that into the integration store. So that, okay, anyone wants to go and access, right? So they can go and start developing. So I think there's some issue in this one. It is not able to open. Okay, let us go. So once you go and install that one, right, what happened? That will come inside the project. So maybe I can check some project. Yeah, so if you see, right, this one, right? So this project which you are able to say, this is a automatic generated, right? So this is the project which is getting from our this one. So in this one, if you see it, these two integration, right, we have not created. These two integrations are the ones which are created by the product development team itself. So what happened? We just have installed this one and it came here. If you come inside, right? So this is kind of a code, right? You will be getting automatically. So this whole logic which you are able to see, right? It is available automatically. We are not building this solution, right? Or we are not using anything here, right? So for example, if you're lucky enough, right? This is the same requirement. So what happened? No need to do the development from the scratch. Same solution can be reutilized, correct? So that is what we have here. So always go and check first the integration store, search with some keywords. For example, you want to go and load the supply, right? Then search with the supplier keyword and see that, okay, if something is already available as per your requirement. Maybe not 100%, right? 40%, 50%, right? So whatever it will match, right? We can go and use that much code, right? If nothing, at least we'll get idea that, okay, how that system will be used, right? Because these codes are developed by the product development team. So they have developed these codes in a very uh, like optimized solution and like in very high performance. Because when we go and build solution, right, we have to think that, okay, our solution should be fast enough as well, right? So we'll go and get some idea from here that, okay, how product development is thinking, right? How they are designing their solutions. So we can go and use those practices going forward. So whenever you go and start any development, come here, spend 10-15 minutes, see if you're able to find out something, try to use, not get some idea. Then you can go and start your logic, right? So at least the flow chart, right? At least the starting like high level thing, right? You will be able to understand that, okay, how you need to go and think, right? Or how you need to go and proceed for your solution, right? So that is the integration store. It will be available. Let us go and see that, okay, if it is available now. Browse solution. Yeah, so if you see it here, what happened? 342 solutions are there. So this was right 322, right? So like 15 to 20 days, right? When before I was seeing, right? Or like in the previous batch, we have seen this count was around 322. So what happened? Within a month or two, right? What happened? There are 20 more additions got added here, right? 20 more new solutions got added. So it means around 350 solutions are already available. So there is a possibility, right? Maybe your requirement can go and match here. For example, I want to load the supplier, right? Come here and just search with the supplier, right? So see, for the supplier, right, we will able to see 9 items. The one which I was showing, right? This was the one, right? So we already have installed. So when initially, right, it will go and show this get option. So once you go and click into get, right, what happen? This project, right, will be installed in your environment and you will able to see like this one, right? It will show in use. Now you can go and see the code, you can go and modify and whatever you want to do, right? You can go and do all those things, right? Now, for example, right? You modified something and things started breaking, right? In this delivered solution. What happened? You can go uninstall and then install again. So you will able to get the fresh copy, correct? So that is what we, for example, you need got a requirement that, okay, you need to go and interact with the SAP system. Just search with the SAP. And if you see it, you will able to see multiple solutions, right? Where the SAP is involved. Just see that, okay, if you see it, Workday to SAP integration, right? Just see that, okay, how the systems will be interacting. Maybe you need to go and get with the Workday, right? So when you go and see in this solution, maybe you this is not your exact requirement, right? But you will able to see the requirement, right? that, okay, how the SAP system will be used, how the Workday system will be used, right? So some idea you will get. Instead of doing the research and all, right, what happened? Here you can go and see that solution. You can get some idea from here, and then you can go and work on your own logic. Correct? So that is what we have the integration store. So this is what, right? So always come explore this option. Earlier, this option we used to call as a recipe. Then it was the integration store, and now it is coming as a browse solution into the main page. And then here you can go and see this, your information about your system. So you can see error rate, right? So this is kind of like dashboard kind of a thing that, okay, how many of your integrations, right, are failing here. So you can say around 1% of integrations, right, are failing in last 24 hours. In one integration environment, right, we can go and develop up to 800 integrations, active integrations, right? So we have already created 320. It means we can go and create further more, right? Once you're able to reach this 800, you can go and create an integration, but you will not able to publish those, right? Because in real project, right, will never reach this limit 800. But in the development or all, maybe if that will be reached, right? So what happens? You have to go and deactivate some, and then you need to go and work. You can go and see that, okay, how many emails are already used, how many agents and all, right? And OIC will have the inbuilt file server. So as of now, right, 0% is used, right? So we will have around 500 GB of the file server. So as of now, we have not used anything, so it will show 0%. So once, suppose we have used 400, so you can see that, okay, it is kind of a field, right? So you can go and take necessary actions if you have to go and take. Correct? So that is what, like, the high level overview of the OIC environment it will be. So now we'll be taking questions. So if anyone has any questions, we'll go and take those questions now. Anyone, any questions? Let me go and see in the chat. Okay, so in the chat, we don't have any questions. So yeah, team, anyone has any queries, any questions? And again, if you are new, no need to worry. We are going to start from level zero, and we will be creating the complex integrations. So the first integration which will go or create, right, is like hello world. So we'll be starting from hello world, and then we'll be creating how we can go and extract the data from the system, right? How we can go and do the bulk data load and all, right? So those kind of a complex scenarios we will be seeing. Anyone, any questions? You can unmute yourself and you can ask if anyone has any queries. It's okay if it is basic
Hello?
question. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I had one doubt regarding like what is the utility of that healthcare and ERP?
No, can you repeat? What is the use of?
In the dashboard, we saw that there is one healthcare option and one B2B option. So, like, what's the utility of those tabs?
This B2B?
Yeah,
So B2B is there for the trading documents. So for example, right, some companies don't want to share the data as it is, right? They want to go and
yeah,
use some protocols in that one, right? Because if suppose document is available, if that document will become outside it, anyone can go and read, right? So in
yeah.
that case, right, whatever, some patterns will be there. So each company and all, right, so there will be some types of documents will be there. So if those kind of a documents needs to be shared between the companies and all, right, so that time, right, B2B will be used. OIC will be used for anything generic. When it is a specific, those trading documents needs to be shared, right? So that time B2B will be used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Please share that start time. Okay, I think,
Hello.
hello. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, you can cover VBCs.
VBCS will not be going. This is not like VBCS is going to be a separate training we are planning. This is only for that OIC
Okay.
because this training itself will be like in depth. Same way, like if we include both, right? So it will be very long training and all. So we are just separating both the trainings because this training will go for around 30 to 40 hours it will go. If we go VBCS, that will also go around like around 20 hours. So if we combine everything, it
Okay.
will become, and both are kind of independent. So will
Okay.
not be covering in one training. After this completion, right, we'll planning the separate VBCS and OPA trainings also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Kiran, I think somebody asked about the timing and all. So timing will be around 8:30 only. So this timing, 8:30 to 9:30, and it will be on the weekdays. And then we can discuss if everyone is available, right? So maybe we can go and do over the weekend and all. But as of now, the classes will be on the weekdays, 8:30 to 9:30. Any other questions? Anyone? Okay, let me check. Where will the recordings be? Yeah,
Hi.
recordings will be shared with you guys.
While practicing, if we have many doubts and when we stuck in some place, how to contact?
Yeah, so you will be like we will be having the groups and all. So you can just let us know. And so whenever we'll be available, we'll be helping you. Otherwise, in the next session, whenever we have, right? So we'll go and see those issues first, and then we'll go and continue.
Okay.
Yes.
How many months do we have access to these portals? Oracle integration, this
How many?
months do you have access to practice?
Recording access? Kiran, can you just answer the question? Like recording access will be.
Not recording access, the practicing. For practicing, how many months
Okay.
do we have access to these
Environment?
portals?
Environment you're talking. Okay.
Yes.
So I think after the training it will be for 1 month, but Kiran, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So during the training, right, whatever the training period will be there, so in that one you will be having that all the access, like OIC access will be there, Fusion access will be there, database will be there, FTP access will be there. And once the training will be completed, for a month or two, we will be providing the access. And suppose if you need after that also, right, you can reach out us. We can plan for that also something.
Okay.
Okay.
Just correct me. Actually, I'm not aware of this. Oracle integration is part of Oracle Fusion.
No, Oracle Fusion is a SaaS solution. So that is a like pre-built application. Now in that one, right, when the data communication needs to be happen between multiple systems and all right. And again, it is not only for Oracle, any systems. If suppose non-Oracle products wants to communicate, right? So they can also go and use this one.
So, what is the relation? What is the dependency or relation between these two? Why we
Okay.
use
So for
Oracle
example,
Fusion?
Fusion is an environment, right, where you can go and hold your data and all. So now what
Okay.
happened? That example which I told, right? Salary payment, correct?
Mm.
So what happened? Fusion is a kind of a like system where all the informations are there. So for example, your record will be there and your salary will be there. But what happened? You cannot go and pay the salary from that one, right? You need to go and share that information with the bank. Then only the salary will be ready. So what happened? We can go and build one solution, OIC, which will go and run automatically every month. That will take the data from the Fusion. It will go and share the data with the bank, right? So that
Okay.
is
Okay.
where,
Got it.
so OIC is like middleware in between. So for example,
Okay.
I am communicating with you guys, right? How it is possible? It is possible through Zoom, right? So Zoom is kind of a middleware for our communication, right? The
Got
same
it.
way,
Got it.
aliases you can go and use that, okay? Instead of middleware, instead of Zoom, right? It is OIC because when I want to communicate with you, right? I can go and communicate in English, Hindi, or whichever language we are comfortable, right? But when systems will be connecting, right? They will need to understand in the system language, right? So we cannot go and write any English, Hindi, and all right. We need to go and write some system languages. Man. So those things, right? We don't have to write. OIC will do that for us. We just build the logic. Then all the things which is happening behind the scene, right? So that will be happening automatically. But if we do the same thing in Java and all that, then it is our responsibility. We have to do everything.
Got it. Got it. So
Hmm?
basically, Oracle Fusion is not only for Oracle integration. There might be other middlewares also where it uses.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So cloud access will be there for 2 months. Recordings will be there for 1 year.
I joined the session midway.
Yeah.
How does the OIC compared to SOA?
Okay.
What is the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Is it a replacement of SOA?
Yes. So SOA was a legacy solution. So earlier before this OIC, right? SOA was only the one with which, right, the communication used to be happen. So that was a Java framework. We used to write Java code and all there. But now what happened? OIC came. So you can consider OIC as the cloud version of the SOA. Whatever earlier you used to do in the SOA, right? Now same things you can go and achieve in the OIC, but it is a cloud solution. Right? So you can consider cloud OIC as a cloud solution of the or cloud alternative of the OIC.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can still integrate cloud-based solutions with on-prem solutions with
Yes,
the OIC.
here, yeah, OIC will give you the all the flexibilities. You can connect Oracle to Oracle. You can connect cloud to cloud. You connect cloud to on-premise solution. So we will be having agent concepts. So suppose if some company is not or some system is not there on the internet, right? Those still are on the physical device, right? Then what happened? Yeah, this OIC agent, right? So that is the one. So what happened? We can go and generate one agent here, and then that agent can be installed into the client's system, and then the communication can happen.
Noted. Thank you so much for explaining.
Yeah. And all these things, whatever I'm explaining, we will be doing hands-on for agent or whatever it will be, right? So for that agent, right, whatever, we will go and consider our laptop as a system, because my laptop is a local device, right, which is not there on the internet. So if OIC wants to communicate with my laptop, right, how it will be happening? So that will be happening with the OIC agent. So we'll be seeing that, okay, how we can go and set up that into my laptop. So same process we need to go and do in the cloud client systems also. And then the communication will be established. Any other questions? So Mohammed, I think I answered this question. So if you still not get, let me know.
Yeah, actually, I had one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Like ODI, like we do have a provision to do batch processing. In OIC, do we also have something like that?
Yes, you can do the batch processing here also, right? You can extract the batch here. So in OIC, right, we have three types of integration patterns: app-driven, schedule, and the event. So what happens, right? You can go and extract the bulk data. You can go and process the data. You can go and load that one. So in the Fusion,
Oh.
we have FBDI, file-based data import, when about the bulk data we need to do. So we can go and prepare that FBDI files. We can go and load the data into the Fusion.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone?
Yeah, I joined little late, so I have one question. So are we going to do testing through AIP and FTP as well? Like we are going to insert get the data from FTP
Yes.
server.
Yes. So we'll be using the database also. We'll be using the FTPs also. We'll be using the web services and all. And we'll be using the Fusion system also.
Yeah, we are inserting into the Fusion system, right? So by calling FTP.
Yes. So we'll be inserting in the Fusion with the help of web services also. And because in the web services, right, we have a limitation. We cannot do the bulk data. So when it comes about the bulk data, so that time we'll go and use the FBDI process. So
Okay,
we'll be
assume that actually a client has one FTP server, so they will send the data to. Yeah.
We'll be using the FTP also, like how we suppose customer can go and share the data in file, right?
Yes.
We'll be seeing that, okay, how we can go and read that file. We can convert that data into the loadable format, either through FBDI or with the help of web services, right? REST API and all. So we'll be seeing all those things.
Yeah, you are going to explain HDL as well, right?
Yes, HDL also will be covering. So for the financial and supply chain management, the bulk data, it is FBDI. For HCM, it is HDL. So we'll be covering both the process.
Yeah, thank you. It's very helpful. Yeah.
And we will, so these two things will be considered as inbound solutions. We will be covering the outbound also. When we have to go and extract the data from Fusion, right? Bulk data.
Yes.
So what happens? We will go and write some BIP reports. We'll all those BIP reports. We'll extract the data from the Fusion, and then we'll go and share those data with the external system. So maybe we can go and prepare a file. We can share the data, or maybe we have to load into the database in the external database, right? So we'll go load the data into there also. So we'll be covering all those things, how we can go and interact with the database, how we can go and interact with the FTP systems, how we can go and interact with the this fusion and all, and how we can go and combine all these things to build the real solutions and all.
Yeah, including error handling
Yes,
and how to, yeah.
yes, error handling, notifications, everything will be covering.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
So that's what like I will be starting from Hello World, the simple thing, and then we'll go to that one because the training is there for there's a possibility, right? Some of you know some concept, right? But some of you will be completely new, right? So we'll be starting from level 0, and at the end, right, we'll be covering all those FBDI, HDL, BIP report extraction and all. So those complex integrations.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you for
Because once
clarifying.
our foundation is clear, right, then we can go and build any solution. But if the foundation is not itself is not strong, right? If we don't know the basic concept that why we are doing that activity, right? Then we'll not able to build any real solution. But so
Exactly.
yeah. So we'll be
Yeah.
covering all those foundation first. Then slowly we go and create complex integration. So we'll be increasing the level, and at the end, right, we'll be creating those complex FBDI, HDL, and all integration.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Okay, so if no question, we can wrap up. I am still available. If you have any queries, you can reach out to the team. We'll try to help you separately. Also, you can contact this number. You can form this fill. So team will be reaching out to you. And okay, so I think somebody asked, do we have DBA background to get started? No, if you have, it is well and good. If you don't have, no need to worry. Because OIC, as I told you, it is a low code framework. So there is no prerequisite that, okay, you should be the expert in that and all. If you know the basics, well and good. If you don't have, no need to worry about that. But yes, if you have, that is kind of a plus point for you because you can go and do some calculations at the database layer also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone?
Do we have the start dates for this training?
Yes, so mostly by next week we are planning. So once we get all the enrollments and everything, so most probably, yeah, so the tentative is like next week only. Otherwise, yeah, next 2 weeks is the one which we will be starting.
Okay.
From Monday we are starting.
Yeah. So will you cover Apex more? So Apex is a separate thing. Apex is not part of OIC. Apex is like say other web development or UI development, like how we have here, right? This VBCS, correct? So what happens? Same way we have the Oracle Apex also for the development.
Okay.
That is a separate. So maybe if you need, like we'll be having a batch for that also. So you can be part of that one.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, anyone? After done with training, how many years of experience we can do? Yeah, so after the completion of training, right, you can easily put yourself like 3 to 4 years of experience because that kind of integrations will be developing here and you can go and explain those integration. So you can easily portray yourself like 3 to 4 years of experience. And if you have already experience, you can go and add that also and you can go and increase. Because as I told it, here we are going to create the integrations which will be coming in the real projects and all. So if you are able to explain those more properly, right, you can go and portray easily 3 to 4 years of experience. Okay, thank you. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. So if there's no question, then I think we're good. We can wrap up. Still, if you have any questions, will you be helping on job preparation elsewhere? Yeah, so like when we covering it, we'll be covering all the questions also, right? That why we are doing that. So you will be preparing for the interview perspective also. So suppose whenever we can get any issue, right? Or like there are some points, right, where it is a high probability that, okay, we can get issues. So I purposefully do those things wrong so that, okay, we can get that, okay, this is the error it is coming and how we can go and fix. So you will be preparing from the job perspective also, like from the interview perspective also. So we'll be covering that also. And other than that one, right? If you have any questions, anything, right? Yes, you can go and ask. We'll be helping you in all possible ways.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because there's a possibility, right? Maybe within the training, right, you got some job opportunity and you went for some interview, right? And then you got some questions which you are not able to answer. So maybe like you want to prepare better for that. So you can ask those questions. We'll try to help you in that one. Okay, that what would be the answers of those? And so that, okay, in the next interview when you go, right, you can go and easily answer those questions. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, so if no question, then I think we're good. Please reach out to this number, fill this form so that a team can go and reach out and you can go and discuss further on this one. Do you
Thank you,
provide
sir.
system
Thank you
post
so
job,
much.
at least for the first year after getting the job? So it's not that, okay, we'll be providing like this directly, but yes, if you need any job support, right? So we can think or we can plan that one because I do the freelancing also. So you can reach out to me for any job support and all additionally if you need it. Any other questions, anyone?